Okay, thank you. How are you finding the place? Very nice, right? Yes, away from all the traffic and, fresh air here. So I'm sure you're wondering, say, what is Relay for Life and why are we here? I know some of us are just excited to walk, but we're here for a reason. And Relay for Life Hike is an annual fundraising event aimed to support cancer patients and survivors. So the event is held in various locations around the world. It takes place in more than 33 countries. And people walk, run around the track or hike like we are going to do today to raise funds to support cancer patients and their families. So this initiative was started 40 years ago by the American Cancer Society. So Relay for Life turns 40 this year. Yes. And in Zambia, I'm so happy and proud to say the Zambian Cancer Society is the only organization licensed to host Relay for Life Cancer Hike. So this is the moment when you clap. Yes. All right, thank you. And our event today is Celebrate, Remember, and Fight Back. Celebrate, remember, and fight back. And as we go through the hill, we're going to be explaining how and what these words mean, these three words mean. Celebrate, remember, and fight back. So now we are starting with the celebration parts, okay? So we are celebrating cancer survivors. We are celebrating caregivers, okay? Because they are doing an amazing work. The caregivers, we call them our unsung heroes, right? Okay, so as we start our celebration ceremony, I'm going to invite the founder and executive director of the Zambian Cancer Society, Miss Yuri! Hello everybody. Welcome to Nkwashi. Welcome to the Zambian Cancer Society's Relay for Life Hike. I would like to start with a very short excerpt from our October magazine. I'm sure most of you have received a copy. And I'm going to refer to a story under the Brave Hearts article. And the Brave Hearts project is a project raising awareness about children with cancer through the lens, through pictures. The creative lead, Nkole, wrote an article, a summary about her thoughts regarding the Brave Hearts project. So I'm just going to read an excerpt from the article. Equally poignant was the shoot featuring 10-year-old Tebuho, a young boy who has endured a long and difficult fight with cancer, and it actually resulted in him losing one of his eyes. On the same day, we photographed 27-year-old Sega Diallo, a cancer survivor. Sega, are you in the house? There is Sega. Woohoo! Tebuho met Sega, his eyes filled with awe. Sega represented hope. Hope and a living example that survival and life beyond cancer is possible. Yes, it is possible. Why are we here? Let's now begin to put faces to all this cancer talk that we hear about. I know many of us know people who have gone through cancer. Some are still alive, some have passed. But as we go through the celebrate part of the event, I am a cancer survivor. Woo! Well, 2 times. Yeah. And this year is I haven't lost count. I think it's 30 plus years since I was first diagnosed. All right. Relay for Life. We honor and we celebrate our survivors. We also recognize and say thank you to our caregivers, the wind beneath our wings, the unsung heroes. For all the caregivers in the house here at Nkwashi, can you please raise your hands?
We see you. Who has cared for somebody who has gone through cancer? Yeah. It's not an easy road. It's not an easy road. You join a camp or a group that you didn't sign up for, and you find yourself in that situation. To all of you here today, you are walking with us. And at the end of the day, it's about hope. Tebuho saw hope in Sega. Sega sees hope in others. I see hope in so many people who have lived longer than I have since I have been diagnosed. So it's not about despair. I know we lose a lot of people to cancer, but there is also hope. And let that be what it is that drives us, that takes us up the hill when we want to give up. And that will bring us down, and as we continue to celebrate and to remember and to fight back. And as I said, we thank all of you, we thank all our sponsors, everybody who has come on board one way or the other. We say thank you. We walk for those who are on the journey, for those who have lost, and we make a pledge to say we are fighting back and to encourage us that we are not walking on this journey alone. Our theme this year is Your Lifestyle Matters. 1/3 of cancers can be prevented by living a healthy lifestyle. One of the pillars of lifestyle medicine is regular exercise. It helps to improve the heart, the lung functions, the bones, but also it is a form of healing. I can testify that when I was going through my breast cancer treatment, and this was my second cancer in 2015, after about 8 months of treatment, and it was for a year, every 3 weeks at the cancer hospital, them looking for my veins, I went into depression. As much as I am a cancer advocate for over 20 years, it hit me so hard. And it was my 50th year, my jubilee year. I was supposed to be celebrating, but I was fighting for my life again. What helped me? Going back to the gym, exercising, taking leisurely walks, putting all the hustle and bustle of life to one side, because it didn't really matter. All those emails I didn't care. I just wanted to get better. And through walking, it was such a strong source of healing. So as we walk, remember that we may not be conscious, but walking is a very, very good way of healing, of communing with nature, and we're a nature environment. What does this hike support? But we are having our, remind me, is it 14th?
Yes.
Annual Kids Fun Day at the Children's Cancer Ward in a couple of weeks' time. So we're raising funds to buy a number of items, including warm winter coats. But I want to share, again, a very brief story, something that I witnessed a few years ago. We take a jumping castle to the ward. Whoever thought a jumping castle could fit into a ward? But there you go. And this particular time, there was a young girl, maybe she was 4 or 5 years old. Mm-hmm. She had a cannula. You know what a cannula is? Mm-hmm. And it was strapped, to her wrist, and she was on that jumping castle like nobody's business. Mm-hmm. She was so excited, uber excited. And then later she kind of like disappeared from my radar. So I went to the nurse and I said, "Oh, sister, I've seen this young girl with a cannula. I'm sure it's safe. I mean, you've seen her too." Then she says, "You know what? She was actually due to be on chemo right now, to be on the drip, the IV drip. But she reached out to me and said, 'Sister, please, I want to be on this jumping castle. I have never been on a jumping castle. Can I do my treatment later?'" And sister, in her wisdom, realized that those few minutes of jumping on that castle would actually be beneficial to her mental well-being. And chemo could wait for a few minutes, for goodness sake. And that's what happened. Then afterwards, without any ado, she went to her bed and was put on her drip. That is the power of things that sometimes we take for granted. Kids Fun Day is happening, and we're supporting 60 children. So thank you so much, because your coming is helping to raise funds for the children. As I close, I want to close with a quote. And it says, and this one I have to read, "When the roots are deep, there is no reason to fear the wind." In other words, together we are stronger. Thank you all for coming, and let's have a fantastic day. Thank you.
The route will have some uphills and downhills. There will be times when you have to help somebody up, or somebody might have to help you up as well. So even though we are climbing a physical mountain, let us bear in mind that all of us who are here are climbing our own mountains. Yeah, whether they're mental, physical, spiritual, we're all climbing mountains. And as the team said earlier on, we're here to do this together. Let us stick together as much as possible. Yeah. Well done, everyone, for getting to this point. We're gonna have a cancer facts by Yvette.
Hi, everybody.
Hi.
My name is Yvette. So, myth about cancer. Cancer is always a death sentence. And the buster, many types of cancer are treatable and even curable, especially when detected early. Advances in medicine have significantly improved survival rates. They can get treatment when diagnosis is early. It's curable. So, like our founder, Miss UD, stated when we were that side that her breast cancer was detected early, and she's doing well.
My name is Aidan John Smith, and so I'm going to read from the myth busters behind our books. The myth, it says only older people get cancer. Here is a buster. While cancer risk increases with age, it can affect people of all ages, including young adults and children.
And you are brave. Well done. And you are also supporting your friends by being here, because we are raising funds for children who have cancer. Okay, so we're going to have a short story from a cancer survivor who is also a cancer smart youth, Sonile Ngwenya. Please welcome Sonile.
I'm Sonile Ngwenya, a childhood cancer survivor. So I'll just share my story briefly. So I was diagnosed with cancer in 2018, a rare type of cancer, nasopharyngeal cancer. Signs and symptoms that I was experiencing: I could bleed, clots in my nose, ears, and even my speech was disturbed. I couldn't see. I delayed to start my treatment because we had no idea that it could be cancer. So in my family and the community thought maybe I was bewitched. So we delayed to seek for medical treatment, but the condition progressed. Then in 2018, I took myself to the hospital because I couldn't, the signs and symptoms that I had, I couldn't hear properly. It was so bad. I was in so much pain. So that's when I decided to go to the hospital. At the hospital, I was diagnosed that I had cancer. I thought maybe after seeking medical help, there'll be a good news, but I was found that I had cancer. I went to tell the people at home. The only thing that they could think of was death. And then after I was diagnosed, I delayed to start the treatment because I didn't have money to start to do my CT scan. So I stayed for a year for me to start my treatment. I said from 2018, I started in 2019, July, and the condition had progressed. I started the cancer treatment. I was done in 2021, and here I am today. And my encouragement to my fellow survivor, let's continue sharing our story. As we share our stories, we impart faith in the lives of those that are battling with cancer. As we share our story, there are a lot of people in our communities that are sick, and the only thing that they are scared. They don't have the knowledge that this could be cancer. Some of them that this notion maybe you've been bewitched and all those, they delay. And the time that will be found, they'll go to the hospital, it might be too late. But if we spread our stories and go out in our communities, we'll be able to save lives, and we have less cancer and more birthdays. And I'm also in school. I'm doing registered nursing. Yes, in my final year in December, I'll be done. Thank you to all thanks goes to the Zambia Cancer Society, because I stayed 1 year, 8 months without going to school because of some finances. But Zambia Cancer Society came through for me. I'm back in school. By December, I'll be done. Thank you so much.
So now it would be so unfair for us to move from here and go back to our different homes without making a pledge to make our lives more better, to make our lives healthier, and to end cancer as we know it. Right?
Thank you very much, and I hope you had a good ride up on that hill there, and I hope you all continue. Thank you. Do not tire to do good.
All right.
One or two things I'd like to say. We've been talking about Machola Mr. Beuke. I just want to mention that he's a breast cancer survivor. He represents the 1% of men globally who get breast cancer. So we are, well, where are you? Oh, there you are. Yeah, there. So well done to you for coming out, speaking up, and we're glad that you are cancer free. And then in conclusion, these bags, they are bags, but they represent a life. So as we are together here circled, let's remember that this is or was a life. They're not mere bags with sand inside. So thank you to all of you and to each of the people here with us, whether in heaven or still amongst us. We recognize them and we appreciate all of you for coming together, for coming to celebrate, to remember, and to fight back. And wishing you all a very good weekend. Thank you.
What we saw on the mountain was not just a mere walk. We saw people holding hands, waiting up for one another. Let us continue that spirit even in our everyday lives. So let's take the lessons that we've learned on the mountain into our offices, into our homes. We want to send you off with a blessing and a massive thank you for coming. Thank you. Well done, everyone.
Feel free to follow us on all our social media platforms at Zambian Cancer Society: Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, LinkedIn. You should also subscribe to our YouTube channel so that you don't miss an episode. Contact us on 0976 659914.